So you're looking for a dog trainer in Houma, and yeah, it can feel like a pretty big decision. Today, we're going to break down everything you need to know so you can make a choice you feel really good about.
You know, it's really true. When your dog is well-behaved, life in Houma just gets better for everybody. It means more peaceful neighborhoods, safer parks, and most importantly, a much stronger, happier bond between you and your dog.
All right, first up, let's talk about why training is so helpful for just living life here in Houma, specifically.
I mean, just think about your day-to-day. It's about being a good neighbor in places like Broadmoor or Summerfield, right? It's the difference between a stressful tug-of-war and a nice, calm stroll downtown near the courthouse. It's what keeps you both safe when you're out exploring trails by the Intracoastal Waterway. And, of course, it helps you stay on the right side of all the local Terrebonne Parish animal regulations.
Okay, so you get why you need a trainer, but what should you actually look for in a good one? Let's cover the key things to keep an eye out for.
The big one you're going to hear about, and for good reason, is positive reinforcement. This is really the modern, most effective, and humane way to train. It's not about punishment or fear, it's all about rewarding the good stuff your dog does. This builds an amazing bond of trust and leads to behaviors that actually stick.
Okay, you're going to see a bunch of letters after trainers' names. Don't let them scare you. Think of CPDTKA or KPACTP as signs that a trainer is serious about their education for general obedience and manners. Now, if you're dealing with bigger issues like serious anxiety or reactivity, then you'll want to look for credentials like CBCCKA or IAABCCDBC. That just means they have more specialized expertise in dog behavior.
All right, let's get into the practical stuff. What do training programs look like, and what should you be prepared to budget for?
So you've basically got two main options: group classes or private lessons. Group classes, they're awesome for getting your dog used to focusing around other dogs and people. Perfect practice for being out in public. Private lessons, on the other hand, are all about that one-on-one attention. They're excellent for tackling specific problems right where they happen, like at home.
So here's a general breakdown of what you might expect to pay in the Houma area. As you can see, a typical 6-week group class is usually in that $100 to $200 range. Then you have more intensive options like a board and train, which is a much bigger investment. Of course, this all varies depending on the trainer's experience and what's included. Just to give you a quick number to anchor on, a single 1-hour private lesson usually falls somewhere between $80 and $140. That's a good benchmark to keep in mind if you're thinking about tackling one or two specific issues.
Okay, this next part is your personal toolkit. Let's go over the essential checklist of questions to ask any trainer you're considering.
And please, don't feel shy about asking these. You really want to know their philosophy, and you're hoping to hear positive reinforcement. Ask about their certifications, see if they can create a plan just for your dog. And always get the details on services, how they track progress, and of course, the fees and cancellation policy. A real pro will be totally open and happy to answer all of this.
All right, to wrap things up, let's talk about some must-know local info, the rules you got to follow, and some of the best spots around town to practice all that great new training.
When it comes to Terrebonne Parish, there are 3 main things to remember. First, the leash law. Your dog has to be on a leash or have perfect voice control when you're in public. Second, a rabies vaccination with the tag on the collar is required by state law. And third, be a good neighbor. Excessive barking can actually be a violation. And you know what? Good training helps you nail all 3 of these.
And now for the fun part, where to go practice. If you want to work on off-leash skills in a safe spot, the dog park at the Terrebonne Parish Animal Shelter is the place to go. For a leashed walk with plenty of real-world smells and sights, head over to the Mandalay National Wildlife Refuge. The Lake Humasia walking trail is perfect for practicing how to pass people politely. And if you really want to test those skills in a busier environment, the downtown Houma area is your final exam.
You see, from a walk on the Lake Humasia Trail to just relaxing in your own backyard, training really opens up a whole new world for you and your dog. Choosing the right person to help you is such a key step. We wish you the absolute best on your journey. That well-behaved companion will make every walk, every guest you have over, and just every single day in Houma so much more enjoyable.